Welcome back. This is part 2 of the FCP Transition Masterclass, brought to you by Clear Intel Group. In part 1, we covered what FCP is, what the deadline means, and what GSA expects from your product names and descriptions. If you haven't watched part 1, go back and start there. This part builds directly on it. What we're covering today is what actually happens when you sit down to make the transition, the steps, the sequence, and the parts they don't put in the training materials. Before we get into it, something that applies to this entire series. GSA changes procedures, sometimes significantly, without prior notice. You don't always find out something has changed until you're in the middle of a submission and it stops working. What we're walking you through reflects how this process works based on our direct experience submitting through FCP. If you get into the system and something looks different on your screen, trust what you see and contact your specialist. The overall flow is sound. The specific details are subject to change at any time without warning. That said, here is the process. The transition starts with what GSA calls a baseline. Before you can submit anything new, GSA generates a snapshot of your current contract exported into the FCP format. That file is your starting point. It is not your finished product. What you will find in that file is almost always incomplete. Products with no images, descriptions that are too short, names that don't meet the new standards, items that were perfectly acceptable under the old system that now fail under FCP. Your job is to take that file, find every gap, fix every one of them, and send it back. To initiate the submission, you open a formal contract modification through GSA's electronic system. You don't just upload a file. The modification comes first, and the file upload happens inside it. Your contracting specialist can see when a modification has been opened on your contract. From that point forward, everything you upload is attached to that open modification. Once your file is uploaded, FCP runs an immediate validation check. If it finds errors, it will show you a report, fix each item, and re-upload. If it passes, your data moves into a review queue, visible in FCP but not yet live on GSA Advantage. From there, your contracting specialist reviews the submission. If they find issues, the modification comes back with comments. You address them and resubmit. When the CS is satisfied, it moves to the contracting officer for final approval. Once the CO signs off, your updated catalog moves toward publication, though not immediately. And when it does go live, go to GSA Advantage and verify what buyers are actually seeing. Spot check your names, your descriptions, and your images before you assume everything published correctly. One important fact to note is that everything does not always get published. Product images may not transfer over, resulting in a violation of contract standards and makes you responsible. Now, images. This is where most contractors are most exposed, and it's the area Part 1 didn't cover because it's squarely in CIG's lane. FCP requires product images in JPG format. Minimum size is 800 by 800 pixels. The file name must be alphanumeric only, no underscores, no hyphens, or special characters. Each product can carry up to 4 images, which is an opportunity almost no contractor is currently using. When we audit a catalog, we see 3 image problems consistently. Products with no image at all. Products using a company logo where a product photo should be. And products showing an image that actually belongs to a different contractor, what we call a borrowed image. All 3 are violations. All 3 will flag in your compliance and pricing report. Clear Intel Group sources, sizes, formats, and delivers compliant product images as part of our standard service. It is one of the things no other GSA catalog service offers. You get a file back that is ready to upload, not a list of problems to go solve on your own. In Part 3, we get into the compliance and pricing report, the document GSA uses to compare your catalog. Understanding it is critical to keeping your contract healthy after the transition. Like this video, subscribe so you catch Part 3 when it drops. And if you want us to run your catalog, visit clearintelgroup.com. See you in Part 3.